Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Dan and I love gadgets. Today I'm going to be comparing two of the most popular smartwatches that I've talked about, the Amazfit Bip and the Mi Band 3. Now these are two kind of new smartwatches from Amazfit or Xiaomi or whatever company. I'm kind of confused as to who they are, to be honest. But anyway, they were both released this year, and some people have asked me what the difference between the two is or which one they should buy. I mean, two of the videos that I made on this channel, the most popular ones, are about these two watches. So yeah, I mean, they're very different, as you can see, but I will compare them. I'll tell you what the strengths and weaknesses of both are, and I'll try and let you know kind of who they're designed for, and you know, hopefully by the end of the video you'll have a better idea of which one is best for you. So let's get started, shall we? Right, I'm going to start with the design of both these watches. So let's take a look at the Bip first. So the Bip is a rectangular smartwatch. It's got a 1.28 inch reflective color screen. The resolution is 176 by 176, and it's basically quite thin, very easy. So it's quite thin, very light. One manual control, which you tap to activate the screen, and then you can slide across to all of your other options and notifications and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, the Bip is a very, very cheap watch as well. It's only about $50, depending where you buy it, maybe £30, £40. So yeah, it's one of my favorite smartwatches, and I think it looks okay. It's you know, not the most modern, the most sleek looking watch. It's not going to draw anyone's attention. Yeah, it's very basic, but it does its job pretty well. Now the Mi Band 3 is a whole different beast. As you can tell, it's a lot smaller. It's more of a kind of fitness tracker rather than a smart watch, although it does have some smartwatch kind of features that you wouldn't find in other fitness trackers. It's got a 0.78 inch OLED display with a resolution of 126 by 80. It's got one manual control here at the bottom, which activates the screen, and then you can just slide across up or down to see the various menu options. Now this is why it's slightly more like a smartwatch. The previous version of this didn't really have any other controls other than just one button to see the time, see your heart rate, see kind of some other stuff, but this allows you to cycle through different options and see the weather, see you know, more detail about your heart rate, about your health. So it does have a big enough screen and a full touch screen that allows you to see all that information. Now I do think the Mi Band 3 is a sleeker, more modern looking device. It's kind of got curved edges, it kind of curves outwards as well. The watch is very kind of, I don't know, the best way to describe it is shiny. Yeah, it's very thin and it's comfortable to wear. I mean, it does have this kind of flat edge which may be sometimes annoying on your wrist, but apart from that, it's very, very easy to wear all day. So yeah, you can kind of tell the size difference here between the two watches. To be honest, they're vertically basically almost the same size. Obviously the Bip is a full screen rectangular screen, and this is just a kind of oblong screen, so it will wear differently, it will look different, so depending on which one you want, that, you know, which design you prefer. So basically the main difference between the two watches is the design. It's going to depend what you really want, so what you prefer. I personally prefer the Bip only because I just like having the big screen, but yeah, I've worn this for weeks on end and have hardly ever noticed it. So I mean, this is definitely barely noticeable. If you just want something you're going to forget about and doesn't interfere with, you know, your clothes or your wrist or anything, then this is an awesome device too. Now there are some differences in the kind of monitoring capabilities of both of these watches. They can both monitor your heart rate, so they've both got heart rate sensors at the back. They can both monitor your steps, your fitness in general. They connect to an app. Well, each one connects to a different app. I'll show you them later. But yeah, so we'll via Bluetooth send data to your phone once you sync it up and show you your steps, your average heart rate, your fitness in general, I guess your activity levels. If you go to the gym or go running, it will show you how well you've done and compare it to your last workout. So all of that kind of stuff that you would expect off of a kind of fitness tracker. The main difference in kind of sensors and connections between the two watches is that the Mi Band 3 has NFC, so you can use it to pay for things. I mean, I'm not sure, it may not be available for all kind of things. I've not been able to use it in the UK yet, but I've heard that in China and in America it is possible to use this to pay for things. Another difference between the two is that the Bip has a compass and the Mi Band doesn't. So I mean, I can't remember the last time I ever used or needed a compass, but if you are planning on sailing the high seas, maybe that will be useful for you. So another difference between these two devices is water resistance. Now, that may or may not be a issue for you. You may not care. You may never go swimming or anything, but for some people it is it's a consideration. Now, the Amazfit Bip is not waterproof, but it is splash proof, meaning you can kind of take it in the shower. You can, get it wet. It's not going to break straight away. You can even wash it under the tap quickly if you need to do so, but you cannot take it diving or swimming or anything underwater for an extended period of time because it's not going to survive. So don't do that. The Mi Band 3, on the other hand, is fully waterproof up to 50 meters, so you can take it swimming. If you'd like to go swimming, then this is the watch for you because you won't need to take it off. Now, the only other major difference between these two smartwatches is the battery life. So both of them have a good battery life, better than kind of all the Samsung and Apple watches, which just seem to last like for a few days and then you have to charge them, which really annoys me. So that's why I don't have any of them. But yeah, both of these have a great battery life, but one of them has a much better battery life. So yeah, the Mi Band 3 lasts for about 20 days on a single charge, so that is, it's got a 110 mAh battery, which is really good. Like 20 days, that's more than enough time to forget about it, and to only have to charge it for, say, like half an hour every 20 days is awesome. So yeah, perfectly acceptable, and I would never complain about that. However, the Amazfit Bip seems to be able to defy all logic and lasts for up to 45 days on a single charge. I mean, yeah, that's just crazy. It's probably the best battery life of any smartwatch out right now. 45 days, and it's got all of those features like a touch screen, color screen, heart rate monitor, sleep tracker, steps counter, compass, all that kind of stuff, and it still lasts for 45 days, and I've tested that, and it is pretty accurate depending on how much you use it, obviously, but yeah, I would say 45 days is not impossible. The only reason that both of these will last for less time than that is if you activate the GPS on either watches. That will drain the battery life a lot faster, so you would have much less battery life. But if you just use your GPS when you're going for a run, if you want to track it, you want to map it out, then you turn it off again, then the battery life on both should still be really, really good. I think that's about it, guys. I just wanted to do a really quick comparison. I didn't want to go into huge amounts of detail because these are just two cheap watches. They are basically the same when it comes to what's inside. I've told you all of the major differences. Everything else you can basically assume is pretty much the same, or it's just not that important. So yeah, I guess I'll leave it up to you to decide which one is best for you. I like both watches and I use them occasionally. Probably when one of them runs out of battery, I switch to the other one. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, because like I said, I've had these for a while now, and I'll probably be able to answer them for you. I am going to be getting some new gadgets and smartwatches soon, so I will get back to you with those. There's some new ones coming out, which I know about, and yeah, I'm going to be sent a few new ones. So yeah, I will let you know how that goes. So I guess I will see you around before the sun comes out and ruins the shot. So okay, bye!